discovered in the tales of D'aowVern.
Hello, and welcome back, strangers and friends, to the Strangers Guild. Actually, I'm having a day. We're just letting you know. I'm having a day, and it's going to be good. And we're having a lot of fun. Actual Play podcast. We have our lovely players here. I am Caleb the Bard. All of their socials are beneath our little screens right here. But if starting with Betty, we would like to introduce ourselves for anyone new, and then go down the line, and we'll get started.
Hi, my name is Betty. I play Lady Ehm, who's our resident bard. I am who.the.lovely on TikTok and Instagram.
Hi, howdy. My name's Sabrina, and I play Nortia Thornwood. We're all having a day. Our wonderful wizard who is just sharing secrets, and that is what she does.
Hello, I'm Freckle. I am Zara. I'm sorcerer. It's gonna be sparkling. I am Freckle Aquarius or Freckleworks on all platforms, and looking forward to playing this funny little guy today.
And now it's me.
Now it's you.
My name is Icarus, and I am playing the Death Domain Cleric who is, yes, still on the moon. I'm having a great time up here personally. I kind of want to come down. You can find me at Icarus, IICARYS, on just about everywhere. So yeah, welcome back, y'all.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Like we've kind of mentioned, this group is having a bit of a day. The players, mostly me, but I did want to have a session where we quite literally explore a little bit. Specifically, I'll remind y'all that Nortia had a figurine of an owl who, based off of some magic and animal handling and a bunch of stuff, basically gave y'all a simple map, but a map nonetheless towards your destination. You learned that it would probably be about a week on horseback, barring no interruptions. 3 of our players are on their way to hopefully recover Dianthus and to hopefully help Emrys, who is the brother of Yarrow. Speaking of Yarrow.
Hi, bestie.
Can you give me, I'm going to call it a stealth check. For those of you who don't know, Yarrow is kind of in a tough spot, which I'm going to re-narrate for everybody. But first...
Starting off great, guys. That is an 11.
11. Okay. So...
Could be worse.
Oh boy. So, at the end of Sabrina's solo session, you came up to this group surrounding Yarrow. However, this specific part of the interaction is going to be just Yarrow, because, as I told you in the last group session, Freckle, you had the feeling that you were being followed all day.
Mm-hmm.
Part of it was literally Zehan kind of behind you and kind of a cutesy errand boy type, getting all the things that you needed, bringing you back to M, and kind of conglomerating everything that you needed for your trip. However, Yarrow, you were the first to arrive to the meeting place. And with that check, you enter the clearing, and everything falls quiet. The sounds of the forest and the city in the distance and the water, everything's suspended. As Yarrow, you see 2 birds that are flying through the tree line, completely suspended in time. Yarrow, I would say that you wouldn't really know that this is what you're stepping into. For Freckle's information, there is a stand and salt and grass rune circle that surrounds the clearing. And I will remind you that in this moment, you are surrounded by what you can tell as 8 members of the Ecliptics cult. Each of these figures has a mask that has various constellations. But something that is different this time is before, when you first interacted with them, you could tell, that they were humanoid in nature. You can make out specific forms. But as you are standing in this circle, you see each of them has a cloak, a hood that covers their head, and a cape that, as it goes down their body, gradually, radiantly, turns their legs into stars. As they are, you can tell that they are living, but the form that they are taking up in this moment is not entirely material. And whenever they speak, it is a combination of each of their voices, so you can't pin one down. There's some shrill, there's some bass, there's combinations of common and draconic. What is your reaction to this group that is surrounding you?
I think first he's just going to stop altogether, not move further away, maybe try to take one or two steps back upon realizing the space that he's in, and just kind of freezes and waits.
Give me a Arcana check.
9?
9.
I think I need a different dice.
Yarrow, as you kind of step back, you've felt this a couple times with the way that your magic has kind of connected you to things, to people. Even though the runes don't appear to glow, as you kind of step into it, you can feel light threads start to wrap around your ankles and your wrists and your neck and your horns and your chest. As you hear a voice being like, You failed your ceremony.
I don't know what you're talking about. What was ceremony?
You were supposed to bring night. And yet, day still comes.
How was I supposed to bring night? Why would I want to just... What are you talking about?
As you speak, you can't look at one, because as you try to gather details from one person, they shift and rotate. It's not about what you wanted. It's about what you were supposed to do. You don't quite get a choice anymore as the voices fight and rise. You failed your ceremony.
I'm sorry? I'm... Are these necessary? He's gonna try and pull on the threads or whatever.
As you pull, you feel that same kind of draining energy that happened in the tavern during that first battle. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that's a 15.
15.
Yeah.
Yarrow, you pull, and as you bring up these threads, they're not extremely powerful. It's similar to kind of spider web, as you're able to kind of pull away, and you are standing at this point in the middle of this circle. One member, you can tell, has the least corporeal form, meaning as you look at them, you can identify that it's a little more effeminate. There is deep reds, still wearing the mask, but the frame looks very familiar, as you do remember Bianca.
Oh no.
I will say, with your check so far, you would recognize that she's not standing there. This is out of time. You are suspended in this moment. She is trying to do something. Your ceremony, whatever that means.
Bianca, right? Wait, can we put the pause on this? for a second and talk about this? This is really... I kinda, don't... I need a bit more of an explanation of what's going on here.
As you say her name, she dissipates, sort of, but there's like a red mist that surrounds each of the cultists. A deep red, but you can tell that they start to go faster. And they move with... It's kind of as if you're standing in the middle of an accelerated model of like planets revolving a star. As each of these faces come to focus with various colors, and you can feel with the save, you can feel that they are trying to draw something from you. It's not quite working. You have put this on pause for weeks too many. The ceremony was supposed to be... It was supposed to be perfect. And you and your friends... She disappears and there's a single cultist. But not quite. The mask is too big. And the cloak is too big. As you recognize a child steps forward and very shaken and worried. They're like, sir, can I take this off now? I don't want to be here anymore.
I'm immediately gonna kind of crouch down to their level, whatever, because this is Yara, not me. It's I see you shaking your head. And she's like, yeah, are you okay? What's the matter? What do you need me to do?
They told me I have to give you this, and they're holding a tablet.
Can you just put it down on the ground right there?
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion, I'm at 17.
17. Okay, I guess that's okay. And as they step forward, that same illusion begins. But Yarrow, similar to when you stabbed Phineas and he started to dissipate, the cheeks and the arms and the clothes on this child start to burn, kind of. It's as if they're being pulled like petals off of a flower. Like, I'm sorry, I just want to go home. I'm like, they told me to give you this. If I put it down, can I go home?
I'll get you home. It's okay. Calm down.
Can you take it? I don't want this anymore.
What is it? What is it? What does it do?
They said it's the invitation for your ceremony. I don't know. I can't.
Why don't we maybe there's someone else we could give it to.
Okay.
If maybe you put it at my feet, and then maybe we can have you just walk along this way, and I have some friends who walk behind me. If you find them, we can find your home.
They set the tablet down at your feet. And Yarrow, I would say you're pretty entrenched in this moment, understandably. Nortia, you and Gunnar are... Nortia, a few feet above. If you remember, you'd come up to the clearing, but it's kind of on a higher path. It would take like a minute to get down there. You see those two birds continuing flight, and you could have sworn you saw the cultists. But what you do see is this Nortia circle of runes glow a deep purple. Nortia, as this child puts down the tablet and steps back as if to run home, and you see them age quickly. Tens, hundreds of years. As this child grows into a gaunt form with a beard made of stars, deep pits for eyes. Your ceremony must be completed. And he lunges for you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ah,
Fuck
How far
you,
away?
Caleb!
how far away is this happening from me?
I would say roughly 30 to 60 feet.
Haul ass, Nortia.
What?
Run!
What was that, y'all?
12.
12?
Yeah, Nortia, do I see somebody lunging at Yarrow? Do I see that?
You do.
If I'm 30 feet away, I want to cast Fear to make that person run away from
Okay.
Yarrow.
Okay. Yeah, because fear is a
They
wisdom
do a
save?
wisdom save, and I'd like to give them the 8. And it's anybody in that range, so Yarrow would have to make it 2, but I'll give Yarrow the 17.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, I guess that means I don't roll then.
Am I allowed to do that? Am I allowed to use 2 different
No,
action rolls at once? Okay.
yeah. No, go for it. Go for it. So Yarrow, you feel that lunge, and for flavor, Nortia, your effect still takes. But Yarrow, there was a second where you felt the cold hands of this man kind of grip into your arms and start to sap some of your arcane energy. But that's only for a second as it goes into reverse. And he lunges again. And as he's going for you, you feel the aggression and the anger and the disdain in his face flip to confusion, but fear. As he takes a moment, and you see for a second the face of that young child, and he steps back, and his foot rushes through parts of the rune, and he starts to curse in a forgotten language as he disappears. And Yarrow, you're sitting there in a moment that was many moments. You are now holding the tablet. Before, I would say it had a very imminent, like, foreboding energy. At this point, it is just a simple sketch. It is a piece of clay, very similar to your seeing stone that you got in order to perceive Dianthus on the moon. Everyone is gone, obviously besides you three, but the cultists are gone, the wizard's gone. As you gather that rune in that moment was supposed to do something, I'm not quite sure. But maybe the tablet can give you a little bit of information. And can you give me an investigation check?
I have a question as well, Caleb.
What's up?
So with fear, it projects an image of the creature's worst fear. Oh, please come back. I was reading that. Thank you very much, Internet. Is that something I can see before they run away, whoever that person's worst fear was?
I will say, because Nortia, you were the one who cast the spell, and because you gave Yarrow that succeeding roll. Oh, this is good. I have something for this.
Similar.
The two of you are taken from this clearing for a moment. Similar to some of the effects that y'all have experienced with Arven, or your dreams with Dawna, or moments where Yarrow, you were taken into memory. You are in a dark cave is too limiting of a word for this. There is dark stone that makes the base, and there is a mouth to this cave, but you look out and you see more stars than you've ever seen. The highest resolution of photograph of telescope couldn't put into words how bright the night sky is. Nortia, as you pull from this the worst fear of this person, you look into the back of the cave and you see a man younger than this wizard, but the same. I would say he looks probably mid-40s. Still rich beard, but more blacks in it. You know, black hair, less white, little silver, still stars, deep, angry eyes. And he looks around his cave, and there's treasures and jewels and magic items as far as you can conceptualize. Even like looking past your field of vision, the cave seems to open up into oblivion. And Yarrow and Nortia, you just hear, I fear I will never face a proper challenge again. As his eyes seem to meet yours, and you are brought back to this clearing. I'll say, Nortia, at this point, Gunnar has caught up with you.
Nortia is going to run towards Yarrow to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah, as soon as they realize like you're there, it's just immediate relief. The tension kind of like falls away a little bit. Thank you. You're here.
Yarrow.
Not quite sure what's going on.
What is that?
Can I tell what it is with that? I rolled an 18 for the investigation or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yarrow and Nortia, I will say you both see this. You're holding the tablet. And Nortia, you see a lot of instances, Yarrow, where you've used your magical ability. It's caused shifts in gravity and time. And for a second, Nortia, you think that might be what's about to happen. But you just see a deep purple glow on Yarrow's eyes. And I will let you know it's not a curse or anything, but there is a moment where it's like an innate arcane as you look at this tablet, and it is clear at first, but there is a arcane, almost as if a deep chisel has made this image. And I will say, Yarrow, the tablet, as you perceive what's on it, it turns to a powder and turns into something, and I'm going to tell you what that is. But before that happens, you see a visual of yourself in the moment where Bianca was holding you up. Bianca's not there, however. Yarrow, you see a silhouette of yourself. Your head is tilted upwards. Your hands are to your side. Your legs are bent as if you had lunged upward. On the back of the tablet, you see these two deep purple eyes that look similar to the Twilight Wizards. But I would say with an 18, you do notice a slight reptilian slit to their eyes. You see surrounding you, as you are suspended above the ground, a collection of hooded figures in the cult garb. I will say on an 18, you are able to quickly recognize three figures. One being Bianca in their deep red outfit that you have so masterfully illustrated. The second is a man of ivory skin, deep satin purple. You see that similar to how it was during the fight with Bianca, he has chains around his neck and wrists, and he is weeping as you recognize death. The third person you recognize, Yarrow. Below your suspended body, disheveled and gaunt with age, is Emrys, with a deep black scythe in his hands. And the tablet fades to powder. and it falls into your hands, Yarrow. And as it does, you feel it gets kind of stringy. It almost, if you've ever dealt with like wet clay, it kind of falls through. And Yarrow, you feel your arcane focus looking at this tablet as this powder and this clay turns into finger rings and chains that connect on each of your digits. There's a ring with a hollow point around each finger of your 10 hands. You can figure out what that does a little bit later. But yeah, so it's rings with little ornate chains that connect it with a light. You get the feeling that you can take it off. It's not, infused to your person, but it does take on a material and jeweled aspect.
Yeah, it just kind of looks at it. And it was some sort of tablet, and now it's that they kept talking about some sort of ceremony, and I failed. And you
Failed. Caleb, was the person we saw, was that the Twilight Wizard that I would recognize from the dream?
Yep.
Are you talking about when they had you on the tablet? When they had you chained up the first day we met?
right, yeah.
He wasn't there. Why would he be giving you that?
I'm not sure, but they really wanted me to take it for some reason. But it also showed Emrys, and he wasn't there either.
If you're keeping anything from me, I need to know to protect you.
No. I swear to be as honest with you as I can, and I have been. I know nothing of what ceremony they're talking about. All I know is I showed up there just to celebrate the
I believe you.
convent.
I believe you, Yarrow.
I don't know if I should know. I feel like this is something that
No,
I
nothing.
would
makes
remember
sense.
knowing about.
Yes. Yarrow, when he was here, did he do anything? Do you feel any different?
They are trying to do something. What, Caleb? What did you say? It was like with the energy.
So in that moment, you feel if Nortia, because you did fail your check, if Nortia hadn't interrupted what he was about to do, it was going to be very similar to the ceremony that they tried to do, the ritual with Bianca, when she was like holding you up and you got drained and stuff. It was the same.
Same thing.
It was the same thing. I will say, you would also kind of gather that the reason that, because time was suspended, but the reason that it slowed enough, because Nortia was already there, right? Like Nortia and Gunnar in their session had approached that area and like seen you surrounded by the cultists. And the only reason that it didn't work is because they were either using too much magic, or you were somehow able to break that shift.
Then yeah, if you hadn't showed up, I think it would have been. He's trying to do the same thing they were trying to do it the first time. Something draining energy.
Okay.
And then
are you okay? Do you feel okay now?
for the most part.
Nortia looks at you and offers a hug to you.
Oh, yeah. gonna accept the hug.
She pats your back and says, "You don't have to do any of this alone. Someone should be with you so that doesn't happen again, okay, Yarrow?"
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm really glad that I have you guys by my side. Really, I really do appreciate it.
Of course, Yarrow. That's what friends are for.
Of
And
course.
Nortia lets go of the hug and looks at Gunnar. And the "that's what friends are for" repeats in her head after remembering what she had just told Gunnar. And she leans into Yarrow's ear and whispers, "Okay, that's what she is."
Okay. I don't know much about Faye, right? Nothing.
Betty, can you give me a flat D20 roll? Let me know what you get.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
just
do it.
trying to-
Y'all
I don't
are
get
fucked.
So middle of the road, a 10.
Oh god.
On a-
Y'all are lucky.
On a 10,
Because it is very middle of the road. Nortia, you say this, and not in earshot, but as you were saying this, Lady M does arrive. She doesn't hear you, I will say, based off of that. But there is a moment as, there's a light, eerie, but odd violin that kind of resembles travel music as M kind of breaks through the tree line. To my recollection, you have Perry with you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Followed by a musically driven D'aowVern and a very almost manic D who is arguing with him as he's trying to play setting mood music as y'all come into the clearing.
John's gonna nod, acknowledging what you heard, and then turn towards Lady M and the others approaching. Be like, how did it go?
Good. Did something... The vibes are weird here. What's happening?
Lady M.
Mm.
And the Twilight Wizard came back to Yarrow. He fears that he will never face a proper challenge again. Do you think we are the new challenge?
A proper one. Yes, I do.
Well, I guess he doesn't have much to fear then.
Are you alright, Yarrow?
Yeah, I'll be okay. They keep talking about some ceremony. Not entirely sure all the details, but
Do you want to join the cult?
no. No. Would be fine if I never saw them again as long as I lived, but no.
Yarrow, don't say which one, but give me either a persuasion or a deception check, just to see. Don't say out loud which one it is, though.
Why'd you
What are
say
you lying about?
persuasion
Or deception?
Or deception. You're either being honest or you're lying, but I want to see, and then I would
Same.
like an
Okay.
insight
Oh my god, I'm
check
gonna vomit.
from the other two.
Oh, I
Oh, an insight check. Oh, that is not a D20, Sabrina.
What is happening in the
Oh
House
my
of Commons,
gosh.
dude?
This is wild, dude.
What is happening in the House of Commons?
I got a dirty 20. Oh, you can't hide nothing from me.
Get that information, Lady M.
All right, Yarrow, what'd you get?
21. It's I didn't get a nat though, but it is. I got a 17 plus 4.
It's believable. Yarrow hasn't at this point given any indication that they would join the cult. But there is a
Oh, that
weird
is so
energy
bad.
there's a weird energy as a cart appears. Yarrow spent some time going through town, talking to people, gathering supplies. As you recognize Gonqui and Anya and Zehan. They kind of bring the cart to a stop. There's enough horses for each of you. They kind of hop down, and Anya kind of gives you a glance, Yarrow, that isn't particularly sneaky, with a little bit of confusion, concern, and then fake cheeriness as she kind of talks to a couple of the others. Basically, they had collected the supplies for you guys. And I know y'all were talking a little bit about this before stream. But at this point, some of the people are going to go back to town. Like, this isn't just sending everybody with you. But who would you like to take?
Everybody. No, I'm kidding.
You know?
All nine. So we want Zehan for sure. Sadly, well, not that sad, because we found out that he's hot in between streams, so we're not that type.
I do not want to take D. I do not want to take Arven.
Okay.
Talked about Sue or Atlas, or one or the other, and then we said Anya. That should be a good option. And Gunner,
Okay.
depending on the T.
Lord,
Yeah.
yeah, depending on. Oh no.
Now, depending on this right now.
So, Yarrow and Lady Ehm, I need you to give me 1 persuasion check.
Okay.
And then Nortia, I need you to give me 2. The first one of them is going to be for Gunner, and the other one is going to be for Atlas/Sue.
11 for me.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
So for Atlas/Sue, that's a 15. Gunner, it's a nat 1.
Nice! Oh my god, incredible.
Lady Ehm, what did you get?
Well, I rolled a 2 on the dice, but the lowest I can roll for persuasion is a 10, so that's a 21.
Okay. Okay.
You love an eloquence bard.
I will say on a 21, it takes some bickering, but you convince D to stay. And, you know, they kind of resign themselves. And they're like, fine, I'll watch over the shop, watch over Artie. And they start to leave. As they do, with them leaves Anya. I'll say, Yarrow, your persuasion was to see if Anya was going to come. She basically gives you a nod, is like, you are more powerful than you know. As she looks to your hand and puts one little finger on one of the holes in the ring, and it glows a light blue. Good luck. And she kind of grabs onto the inside of Dee's elbow and kind of walks off. Nortia, I will say with a 15, and this is more of like circumstance, right? Sue, you had talked to about coming, but Atlas had basically interceded and said that they wouldn't feel right if you went and got hurt and he could have done something. So although you're expecting Sue and Carrick and a couple of the other people, Atlas is the one person who shows up. And you think Gunner, on a nat 1, you think that he's going to leave. He turns to leave. But Lady Ehm, you see a deep distrust across his face. And he doesn't try to hide it. And he walks to the edge of the clearing, turns to his right, and starts to saddle up one of the horses. But he doesn't speak to anybody. So.
Oh no.
So for your records, you have Arven, you have Zehan, you have Perry, Atlas, and Gunner. I'm gonna make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Right. And inadvertently, you have kind of Hemlock and Emerus, but that's a whole other thing. Gonkui saddles one of the horses and collects a few of their personal things, but does leave the cart with you guys. It is just you guys. What's up?
How many horses do we have?
One for each person, except for Sabrina. Nortia, could you?
I love it here. I love it here.
So good. It's what she deserves.
I will say this, Nortia, can you give me either animal handling or history check?
Yeah, I guess, Caleb. I guess I could totally do that for you. Animal handling or history? Let's go with history. You know, I got a +7 to that. A 10 with the +7.
Dianthus, can you explain the stallion, not the nightmare,
Spirit.
that you have with you?
Yeah, I think it was described. It's like the total opposite of what the nightmare looks like. So it's like
Mhm.
white, like mane and fur and like everything. Very pretty looking horse. If I'm picturing like Gandalf's horse, if you know what I'm talking about, the king of horses.
You get this feeling, Nortia, as everyone's like trying to find a horse. You're one short. Maybe it's because other people showed up or whatever, but you can't quite put a finger on it. A connection with an animal like this, especially in a high fantasy magical setting, you can't describe why, but your horse isn't here.
Nortia is going to look at everybody settling up their horses and look at Gunnar and look at Atlas and look at Yarrow and Lady Ehm, and something inside of her feels off, but like also a little comforted. I feel like with the connection she's had to her figurines, it feels like a pet that you've had for your whole life whenever she finds them. So if she's feeling this, like there's this horse that is meant to be mine out there, she feels comforted as well. Really quick, Betty, can you check your DMs before I make this decision?
Stall for time.
And she feels like this horse.
So Sabrina, you're good. Dianthus, can you roll a dexterity saving throw for me?
What the fuck? Yeah. For sure.
What is-
King. Oh, where's my skills? There they are. Dexterity, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. How's a 2 sound? That was a nat 1.
So for those of you who don't know, Dianthus is on the moon. Valea, they have already made it to the other side of the gate that the other party is trying to get to. Dianthus, I described the start of the combat between this horde, and initially this vampiric woman had tackled Kaal, and they had fallen. But for a split second, we cut back to you and the portal that I had described as having 2 draconic talons, claws, tear it open, as you are struck with a claw from this woman with fangs and dark red teeth, and you feel your heartbeat suspend as you fall, and you are pulled through the portal, and for a second you feel as if you're going to be brought back to Obus.
But
you
with
wrote a last ditch beat of your wings, you shoot back towards the portal, back to the Breath of the Heavens temple. However, Dianthus, as you come forward, the elementals and some of the fey monsters that were around the portal all drop dead, completely turned to skeleton, and the wings that you have, where before the feathers were deep black and gray, have eroded, and instead of bird or angelic like wings, the wings turn demonic, fiendish even. And you battle on while the rest of the party figures out their stuff. So we're going to jump back to the other three. Were y'all able to figure out
Yeah.
and stuff?
Nortia looks at Atlas and at Gunnar. What vibe is Gunnar giving right now? Is it like, do not look and talk to me? Is that the energy?
I will say, it was a nat 1, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that he is giving the silent treatment, but Nortia, there might be a little bit and you can flavor this how your character would, but there might be a little bit of either excitement to adventure, or maybe it's your drive to fix situations or find solutions. You're not quite picking up on the fact that he is, like, you already know that he has some sort of history with Fae, but yeah, he's not speaking, but you're not necessarily picking up on that too well.
Nortia's going to walk up to Gunnar on his horse and say, promise me that you will do as I asked, and I will ride with you.
Give me a insight check.
8.
Nortia, I'm going to say for those first few hours, he doesn't say anything to you. He nods, he grunts.
Oh, wait. I didn't want to get on the horse yet if he does not promise. Yeah.
Okay. I will say he does make it, and I'll leave this open, but he pulls out a piece of the saddle that is meant for 2 people to ride comfortably, and he just turns to you. You see, frustration on his face, but it is very much he is processing.
Nortia looks at the second saddle and sees that he's processing all of those things, and looks to Lady M and walks to go get on Lady M's horse.
I love it here.
Yeah, you said, what man's horse are you going to get on? And I said, no.
Our party is all horsed up, ready to go. You have supplies that you needed. Is there any last, thoughts or conversations you want to have before getting out of the city?
Nortia would want to talk to Lady M while they're riding, but not until, they're kind of distanced from everybody.
And
Gotcha.
M would want to try to make someone else ride with Gunnar so that we could each have our own horse.
Okay. Give me
Who would I?
a D6 roll.
You know in your heart that you would try to kick Zayhan.
I was gonna
I was about to
say. I really don't like that.
Okay.
So
okay.
1.
You rolled a 1. Okay.
And if that's the Zayhan, I want to kick Zayhan off this one.
Give me a intimidation check, Lady M. But since you rolled a 1, I'm gonna say with disadvantage.
I rolled a 1 on a D6. You're bullying me. That's a 15.
Okay. I got 15's pretty good. Let me see. What does Zayhan do in this situation?
Hey him, please. Let me kick him off his horse.
Okay, so he rolled a 1.
Yes.
So Lady M, I'm gonna say Nortia approaches you, and you very quickly kind of gather that there's something off. You don't know the situation. You weren't there for Nortia's conversations with Gunnar and all that stuff. But you will not have your friend Nortia, uncomfortable. And I will say, with a 15 and a nat 1, you kind of dart, and not even with magic or anything, but your stare, your glare is so jaunting that Zehan kind of like falls off, and he's like, you know what, I prefer to walk anyway. And he kind of like hops down. He looks around the group, and he's like, I need to talk to Arven anyway. And he kind of like goes to him, and
Gunnar has an empty seat on his horse if you want to ride.
The two look at each other, and Gunnar, I will say, shrugs. He's like, offers a hand, and Zehan kind of pats it. He's like, no, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I will walk. I'll be good. But Nortia, you do have, for the time being, your own horse.
Thank you, Lady Ehm.
Of course.
Can we stay in the back of the group? Keep watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yarrow.
If you could do me, was there anything you wanted to do before y'all left, Yarrow?
No, I don't think anything in particular. Just kind of wish everyone just be safe, please. Be careful.
Could you give me an Arcana check?
Yeah. That was a 19.
19. Okay, cool. Yarrow, I'm going to say, as everyone's kind of getting on their horses, getting ready, I said earlier, based off the map that Nortia got, it's going to take about 7 days to get there on horseback. But as you're looking at your fingers with this blue and green glow, it's funny because it's not quite gems. There's an arcane kind of glimmer. You can actually kind of put your finger in the hole and like feel a little like tingle of electricity.
Mm-hmm.
And on a 19, Yarrow, you can't quite explain how you know this, but these finger chains, each ring can store a spell or one of your memories. The marbles that you have, you can figure out that it kind of sticks onto it. And you gather, I will say on a 19, you gather that it doesn't necessarily have to be spells that you know, but each ring, each spell can only be used once, and then it has to be restored or re-given to you.
Can I discern what kind of spells are already in there? Or is that?
I will say on a 19, Anya, the blue little glow, was cast elemental. So you, and it's weird, right? Because this doesn't come with like an instruction manual, but as you look at the ring, you see that you're able to cast a water elemental just once. And then the green glow is one use of wild shape.
Caleb, I love druids and wild shape. Oh,
You gather that you can add up to 10, but you can like, for example, you can't use the spell and then immediately restock it. You have to wait a day.
right. Okay.
So it's not like you have unlimited stuff. And I'll give you a proper item breakdown. I don't know if that's been made before. I think I homebrewed it, but if someone else made it and I'm stealing it inadvertently, I apologize to the D&D community. I can't read everything. I just thought it was cool. Anyway, I will say it's going to be a 7-day journey at this point. I need a survival check from Dianthus while this is going on.
Oh no.
Sure thing.
And,
Be alive.
and then for each day, each of the 7 days, I'm going to need a nature, a survival, and a luck check from the other 3. So each of you can roll and tell me what you got, and then that is how we are going to resolve what happens for each day. Does that make sense? So one of you will roll each of those 3 things. So whoever is leading that day will have either the nature or survival check, and then so for example, Lady M on one day might roll nature, Nortia might roll survival, and then Yarrow might roll the luck roll.
Okay.
And that's just kind of a way to kind of see what happens over these days. I will say, one person could roll the same, but it can't be the same exact 3 rolls each day. Meaning, you'll have to, over the 7-day journey, y'all are going to take shifts, essentially, with the different rolls. Dianthus, if I could get your survival check, though.
Looking for good rolls.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I know.
that's 25.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for not dying. You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
Dianthus, I was going to have you roll a survival check for each day, but I have to reward the 20, so
Yes.
I'm not gonna have you roll for each of the 7 days, and that's not because I like you less than the other players. It's just it. Trust me, I'm rewarding you. So I will say, as this journey is happening, Dianthus, rounds of combat, and I'm not going to say, because I don't want to take the agency from the player, so I'm not going to say you have to track spell slots or whatever, but you spend minutes and hours slaying down demons and elementals, and at some point monsters come out of the water, and I'm going to explain to the rest of the group what that looks like. Dianthus kind of knows the setting, but I'm going to tell that once y'all get to it. But you are quite literally a agent of death for the time that fills this week, as nothing can really touch you for this time. That does take out some stuff that I was gonna do, but that's fine. That's okay.
Can I bring my mask back, by the way?
What's up?
I bring my mask back. I know my armor came back, but can I?
I will say, Dianthus, because you rolled the nat 20 for the survival check, but that previous one was a nat 1. As you fell, you did feel the scars on your eyes come back, and I would say that moment where you rose and your wings, that different sound than before, I would say you do perceive that they look different. We've talked about what they look like, but as you fight, you feel your heartbeat slow
And stop.
and that those scars return, and I would say it would be fitting for Dianthus to have that mask reappear.
Beautiful.
And the boy is angry.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the place that he is at later. But for now, I need those 3 rolls. Like I said, nature, survival, and luck.
So do we predetermine who's rolling what?
Yes.
My dice don't like me right now, so maybe the straight roll should not be Sabrina.
My straight roll was also very bad. It shouldn't.
What? Yo, I haven't rolled it yet.
I mean, I could do the straight roll. Otherwise, my nature is pretty okay.
Yeah, so my nature is a +5. It's nature survival.
Then.
Survival's +2. And then, a straight roll is a straight roll, and the dice don't like me today.
My survival is +5. Oh.
Okay.
I think that's good then, because my survival is only a +1, and my nature is +3, so I'm kind of...
Okay.
So are you, Yarrow.
Okay. Are we rolling? Okay.
I'm gonna grab a different dice, but...
Wait, so your Lady M is
Survival. I'm nature.
Bestie, no.
Oh no, it's okay. I thought it was a 1. It was a 7. It was a 7. Plus 5 is 13.
Do we have our roles for the three of you, and who took what?
Yes. I took the luck roll. Oh, okay. It was a 16, so not horrible.
Okay, cool.
Hey, we
16.
all get candy.
Yay.
And then the survival roll,
14.
14. Okay.
Not too bad.
And the nature check.
13.
I will say, so y'all leave, and that was a lot happened, but that was the morning. Like, that was kind of like the start of the day as y'all are kind of getting out of there. I will say, Nortia, you have the map, and you get the feeling that this owl, in this arcane, mysterious way, is steering you correctly. I will say that first day, in the morning, nothing much happens. It gets really hot, and so y'all are kind of tired. You take a break around noon to get some water, kind of like check stuff out. And that night, D'aowVern stands around the fire and starts to play a soft melody. As that first night starts to fall, I will say it's probably as you traverse towards the east, which is where the air temple is. What's up, Dianthus?
I'm sorry. I just want to remind that Nortia and Em wanted to have a conversation at some point. That's all.
Fantastic. Thanks for reminding me. I'm going to say what happens after the conversation. Go ahead.
As they're riding along, Nortia keeps like kind of glancing over at him. And it looks like she's going to say something like every 5 minutes, but she just doesn't. And then finally she looks at you and she says, I need you to know that I've been hiding that I know that you've been hiding something about yourself. And I want you to know that I do not judge you, and whatever this means, that you are one of the greatest friends I have ever made in my life, even though I have only known you for a week. And I trust you. And I think I made a mistake by sharing what I learned with Gunnar. Lady Ehm, I know you are from the Fae. And I know that you are important to the Fae. And I don't know what that means, and not having all of the information isn't something that I do well. And I wanted you to be able to talk to us in your own time, but I realized that giving everybody else the information about you, but not you the information about yourself, is unfair and cruel and not what a friend should do, so I apologize.
What did you tell Gunnar?
I asked him if he had ever met a Fae, and his attitude quickly soured, and I told him that's what you are. And I pleaded with him to not judge you simply on where you come from. And I never would want to put you in danger, Lady Ehm. And I'm sorry if that is what I did.
I don't consider Gunnar a danger to me, if that's what you're concerned about. Why do you think I'm Fae, Nortia?
With all due respect, Lady Ehm, I do not walk around telling everybody my theories. I tell people when I know facts. I know that you are a fae, Lady Ehm. The flower in your hair, it comes with a little friend, does it not?
Does M know that? Does M know that the flower leads to Arven? I don't think M ever figured that out.
When you put it in the pond
Oh, yes.
and
correct.
you
Yep,
pulled
yep,
it
yep.
out, so it would kind of occur to you in this moment that Nortia had interacted with Arven before, which is probably something if you asked him about it, he would admit. Like it's not a
Right,
secret.
right,
He's like,
right.
Of course.
M, who is sitting full side saddle on this horse, kind of adjusts her skirt a little bit and flips her braid back, kind of tucking the flower a little further closer to her head. You're so clever, Nortia. I meant to hide it from all of you. But I think it might be safer if you know. I haven't quite figured all of it out yet. There's things I don't know of that are transpiring, and it's messy. And anyway, thank you for telling me.
Of course.
Who else knows?
Yarrow and Dawna. That is all I have told. But Lady Ehm, when you asked me why I would think that, were you planning to lie to me?
If you had asked me, I would have told you the truth. If you did not ask me, I would not have told you.
Lady Ehm, I have made it abundantly clear that I trust you with my secrets, with my sorrows, and with my life. But right now, I don't believe you. You wished to hide this from all of us, when all anyone here has done is share for a common goal. I want to trust you. Please, give me a reason to trust you.
I don't want my spills to make a mess of all of this. And that is not who I am anymore, not really. I'm an apothecary. That's what I do. I'm so far removed from the creature that I was when I was there, and I don't like to think about it, so I was not going to tell you about it because it's not who I am. I wasn't hiding it because I was hiding it because I was afraid. And I'm sorry if that made you mistrust me.
Lady Ehm, you once told me that the things you've done with your magic, you are not the right person to ask how to wield power. Will you repeat that to yourself when you feel that again? Because you are not who you were. You told me, and I believe you. Believe yourself too, okay?
You're good at this.
You can thank my dads later. kindness is their specialty.
As it is yours.
Thank you.
If any of my past were ever to put any of you in danger, I would make you aware of it.
I believe you. And Lady Ehm, if any of your past were to put you in danger, I would stop the moon, the stars, it all. I meant it. You are an irreplaceable friend.
Tell me why Gunnar is so moody, please.
I have a feeling that whatever happened between him and the Fae took something, someone, a part of him even. Maybe he wants to protect me, and I can see it in everything he does. My fathers see it too.
Did he meet your father's? Wait.
He went and spoke to them without warning on my part. And he does not trust you, but I do. And I believe that trust and love is something that can be spread to others, that it does not have to solely come from one person to the next. So, hopefully, he continues to see the good in you that I see in you. And hopefully tomorrow I can ride on his horse and Zehan can be less, what do they call that man? Scrooge.
I love messing with him. He's my favorite person to mess with. Is he walking right now? Like if is he just like walking next to us?
Yeah, I will say at this point we kind of pan up, see the group, and this conversation would last a little bit. Y'all would go back and forth, and as y'all get to the end of the day, right, that night camp, Zehan is the first to be like, all right, I'm going to get some firewood, and immediately just collapses in the middle of the clearing that y'all come up with. I am going to explain what happens next, but first, I want to give everyone a moment to just take a little break. We're gonna take a break. I didn't want to interrupt the moment. When we come back, we're going to traverse a little bit. I'm going to tell you some things that are going to happen. I will say, before you go, you set up camp. Everything's very simple. On your checks, the day goes without any issue. But something that no one in the group notices is that in the fire that y'all make, that the camp at the end of the day kind of setting up, the shadows are all normal. There's nothing around the camp. But there is a subtle silhouette, not of shadow, but of flame in the tree line, as a effeminate figure is cast in the flame of the camp. But nothing happens with them this night, and y'all sleep without issue. We're gonna take a break.
Love that
and come back to it in a minute.
bitch. I'm gonna kill her so bad.
This is Eva Clark of Colony Primus. There are 5 of us left. We don't have much time. We are en route to Outpost 1337, coordinates AP 1031. If you are hearing this, we need immediate evacuation. Please.
each of you have a specific dream that happens. Yarrow, you remember seeing Emrys in full armor battling with Hemlock, and you have this dream on repeat throughout the entire night, and it always ends differently, almost as if a Sisyphean event is happening as the two struggle, and most of the time, every time, Hemlock wins. But right before you wake up, Emrys kind of adjusts his arm, and as Hemlock rushes, is able to catch her weight and throw her down, and you wake up. Nortia,
Let's go.
you have a dream in that battlefield that I've described a couple times to you. But something you didn't catch the first time. On one side, there is not quite a banner. It's not their flag necessarily. It's not the kingdom's flag, but you do see this symbol of a regal woman that is blindfolded. This is on some of the armor and the shields of those in the red armor. On the other side, a green and gold plated army carries a symbol of a faceless person consumed in flame. Lady M, you have a dream. More of a trance, really, of Oberon as he sits at a table playing with a glass. And he doesn't look at you, but you know your father. And you know that he feels you there. Making new friends, I see. We'll see what your sister has to say about that. And then you awake. I need the roll, again, the survival, nature, luck roll.
Something about survival with
Oh yeah, with
survival.
Yarrow and
Mine is a +1. And I think you said Lady M's was a +4 or 5? +5.
that's the one that Lady M did last. I can do survival this time.
Okay, then I can do nature.
Okay. And I'll do luck.
Okay.
Nortia would get on Gunner's horse this time and let Zehan have his own horse.
Okay. So nature check.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay. Survival.
17 plus
18.
18.
Nice.
The luck roll.
19.
Okay.
Oh my god, no one's touching us today, guys. Good day, guys. Good day.
Stop.
On this second day, you break down camp, you get ready to go. Lady M, you get the feeling that your dream meant something, but no one attacks you. There's no bandits, no monsters. At one point, Nortia, you even look to your notes and you see that the map has a trail, but you notice that there is a shortcut. It was going to have you go up this series of winding paths that go over these rocks, but you figured out that there's a little valley that you're able to cut through. You have to cross a creek, but nothing crazy. On the second day, Gunner is less irate. And Nortia, you gather that he might have had a dream similar or helpful. He does talk to you. I will say, is there something specific either of the three of you want to do on this day.
I was gonna say M wants to ride up next to Yarrow.
Oh my god, perfect. Do you want to look at the scrying glass with me?
Yes.
Hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we shouldn't look at the glass. Let's not do that. Thank you.
Let's
No, the
do
chance,
it.
please.
Yes, do it. Okay, okay.
So funny.
I would say probably before we got going in the morning, M would stop by and say hello to Yarrow.
Yeah. Sure, good morning. How you doing?
Give me an investigation check, the two of you.
Okay.
We're investigating this scrying glass is what we're investigating.
Uh-huh.
This is
I hope
17.
you drop that glass and it cracks.
I got a 14.
A 14 and a 17.
This is so crazy, but would it be possible if, like, since we've seen it before, if Nortia, like, sees that they're looking into it, kind of, like, sending, like,
Do you want me to
helpful
come
energy?
join?
Well, I just want to send some helpful energy, and since we've seen it before, I kind of know the history of this object a little bit, maybe? Could I make that history check to give them each +2 to those rolls?
I love you, Nortia.
You know what?
Oh my god.
Why don't you just kill Dianthus up on that moon right now?
You see Dianthus completely enveloped. No, kidding. Nortia, give me. I'm gonna say being.
I just want to
Give
make sure
me
my
an
friend feels
investigation check,
comforted.
and I'll
you
let
know?
you know. I'll let you
Just-
know what that happens.
I love you so much, but I want to see this kiss, bestie.
Me too.
17 plus 5, 23.
Yummy. Come on, dude.
I'm gonna say, because I've told y'all, made it aware that time up there is a wibbly wobbly. And because we rolled for the day, and behind the DM screen, like nothing happens. Throughout the day, y'all see different moments. Not to completely take away Dianthus's, storytelling ability whenever they get back. You see, the group, mostly just Dianthus though, traveling through the woods. There's, again, this isn't like a recording that you can pick moments, but Lady M, you do recognize Rootsburg, the town that Dianthus visited. I will say you don't see the interaction that Dianthus had.
Gotcha.
Yarrow, you do see, and I'll say each of you see this, but like Yarrow, you see the satyr sitting in front of Dianthus, presenting a little bit of a riddle, maybe. You don't catch the audio, but you do watch Dianthus and Kaal get enveloped in piercing white flame. And I'm going to say y'all get right to the end of the day. You start making camp. You're kind of looking at the glass. A lot of these moments seem innocuous. Lady M, you spot it's only there for like a second, but the scene with your sisters, with Dianthus and Kaal in the woods. And just as you think to put it down, I'm going to say for flavor purposes, I need you, Nortia, to tell me, were you doing this to help, I guess, look at it, or are you trying to glean more information? Because if you're helping Yarrow, it's going to go one way, and if you're trying to process it, it's going to go another.
Oh gods. So I just would like to say for everybody, Sabrina does not want to see this because Sabrina doesn't want Nortia to have this information and not know what to do with it. But they have it throughout the day.
Mhm.
And I know that we can see Dianthus through it, and everybody,
Right.
Nortia would want to look at it.
Okay. Do you think you would be poring over this the whole day?
If there's nothing else that's like requiring attention, like he'll stop to help if someone needs help with something or whatever, or like chat with Lady Ehm, probably like small talk. But I think just wants to, as we're getting closer, just make sure like they're all doing okay, especially after if seeing from in flames or whatever
What's up,
fights
Dianthus?
are happening and stuff.
Just for fun and flavor, did they see the waterfall too? Was that part of it?
I haven't said what happens yet.
Oh, great! Cool, go on.
Dianthus, I need you to give me a stealth check.
What the fuck am I doing?
Nortia and Yarrow, I need you two to give me, and this is going to be opposed, we're going to say perception checks.
Oh, perception, bestie.
Because, at this point, you've already kind of figured out what the tablet does.
Okay.
You've been looking at it throughout the day, taking moments.
I got a 14.
You just send a picture. I'm so nervous. I got an 18.
You said a 16, 13, 14?
18.
18. Yarrow, you see the moment where Dianthus is approaching the waterfall, and there's a little bit of maybe like, I don't want to see all of this, or stuff's about to get whoop. But I will say, Yarrow, that kind of made you a little red in the face. Nortia, there's a moment when you see Yarrow spot it and kind of step away, and you see Kaal and Dianthus standing there at the waterfall, and as you raise the tablet, I'll remind you, it is clear. It shows images on top of it, but you hold it in front of you as Yarrow goes to set up the fire and help with camp. There's a moment where it's just Dianthus and everything seems simple, and you can actually see Yarrow through the glass. And then you do see the moment with Dianthus and Kaal as the two of them are suspended above ground. You do spot the kiss. And the magic dissipates, and all you see through the glass is Yarrow innocently dealing with stuff around camp.
Some secrets are not yours to tell, Nortia. Some secrets are not yours to tell. Some secrets are not yours to tell. Please learn your lesson right now. Not everybody needs all the information. It's going to be okay.
Also, Sabrina, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is a 23.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I have been waiting for this question for so long. I have a 23 passive perception and a 25 passive investigation.
Lord.
I have a 20 in intelligence.
Very investigative, very perceptive girl, Nortia. You do acknowledge that this is not your secret to tell. However, at this point, at the end of the day, you sense someone behind you.
I turn around.
And you see Zehan and Perry.
Not your secret to tell. Not your secret to tell. Yeah, it's going to start like charging forward at Zehan and puts a finger to his chest. It says, "Not your secret to tell." And Perry, not your secret to tell.
I'm sorry. I won't say a word. I promise.
I'll feed you anything you'd like, as long as you do not tell anybody what we just saw.
Zehan looks to Yarrow, doesn't say anything, but is like, "Oh, this is going to be."
Nortia starts poking at his chest and is like, "This is not funny. This is people's lives we are dealing with, Zehan. I don't know." And she's gonna look up at him, and then she's gonna look at Perry, and she's gonna look back at him and be like, "No, last time Perry was attacking you, so I think that maybe I could make him do it again."
I will say the rest of the group perceives a weird FaceTime between Nortia and Zehan throughout that evening. But nothing really comes of it. You're bickering and, secrets are secrets. But the next day comes and I'm going to need rolls from each of you.
I was gonna say before we go to bed, Em would want to talk to Zehan, but that's okay if we don't have that conversation now.
That's fine. What would you say?
I saw you talking to Nortia.
Yes, and what about it?
She looked upset. I don't like it when she looks upset.
I can be a rather upsetting person to deal with.
If you came along to be an ass, there's no point in you coming along.
I came along because my skills are needed. And I have some experience in such things.
In what such things? Being an ass? Yes, you do.
You aren't the first to tell me that.
What did you say to her to make her upset?
Oh, it's nothing I said that made her upset.
Did you do something to her? Zehan, do I need to cut your fingers off here in the forest?
Give me an insight check.
I'm serious. Oh well, that's really good. It's super good. It's a whopping 9. She's mad.
I would not lie to you, Lady
You are the biggest liar I know, Zehan.
No, I've never. Not often. It's not my secret, apparently. And that's all I have to say on the matter, as he feigns going to sleep.
She's gonna step on his fingers as she walks away.
Okay. I will say, Yarrow and Nortia. Well, Nortia, you just had a moment. I'm going to say that takes up your evening. Yarrow, is there something that you would be doing either before bed or as you wake up in the morning?
Potentially just, based on whatever Lady M and him had seen on the glass, just kind of maybe spoke with her. Just like, they seem like they're sort of,
So, I mean,
a little beat up.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But they can handle it. They're soft. They're good at fighting.
I feel confident in their ability to survive.
Me too. You've known them both for a long time, right?
That's true. Yeah, they're soft cookies. That's true. But I didn't see anything that was particularly alarming. Did you?
No, just the fighting and what's that? There's
Tension.
tension, I would say, at one point, but I couldn't quite grasp the feelings going on there. But, it's not my business to be just buying at, as long as they're alive.
And we should keep checking that they're alive.
Right. It's not an invasion of privacy if we are just concerned friends. So
correct. I agree. Yarrow, I've never agreed with you more than this moment. Yes. Absolutely. Okay. All right. We'll check again tomorrow.
All right. First thing in the morning.
I would like the roll for tomorrow.
Caleb,
From
fucking kill me.
You want to go back to what we did the first time?
I'm okay with that.
You can go back
Yeah.
like the same 3 and then switching back and forth. So that's totally fine. 3, okay.
11 on nature.
Oh no, it's catching up to us.
It's been so well knowing y'all.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
please.
for real.
Oh no,
Lady
meet you
Ehm,
up on the moon.
I got a 9.
On that third-
that tension really fucked us all up the next day.
We're ruined.
I'm going to say, Yarrow, on that third day, you are poring over the scrying glass. You are, very secure with it. You're holding on to it. But on that third day, it rains, and it rains hard. And there's one point where, Yarrow, you get a little too entrenched in it. And a tree branch, Zehan kind of lifts the tree, and then Gunnar kind of lifts a branch, and then You're not quite sure how it happened because you weren't paying attention, but the branch hits you in the chest and you drop the glass and it breaks. And for the rest of the week, you can't get it to work again.
Oh no.
I will say,
You immediately bring it to Lady and be like, it's not working.
that whole third day is y'all trying to figure that out.
Dang it!
But you make good ground. It rains on you hard. The horses take a little bit extra. You think something is following you, but you're not quite sure what. I need a roll for the fourth day.
Shoot. Okay, team.
Which one do we want to do? Oh,
I haven't rolled nature yet.
okay.
We want
I'll roll luck.
Okay, I'll do survival.
Dice
Okay.
be nice.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
I got a 16. We're okay, guys. We're okay.
guys.
Baby, I'm
Bring it back.
All right, so for nature, we had what?
17. Was that me?
17.
Yes, 17.
I will say on that fourth day, you figure out that what is following you is a family of not quite wolves. They have both dog and cat-like features, but Gunnar and Zehan double back and they, raise their blades and they're about to strike it down. But you'll have a moment of like, oh no, it's fine. Like everyone kind of breaks it up. You're okay. I would say that it's going a little too well. I need rolls for the fifth day.
On the fourth day, just for like some flavor, I feel like on the horse with Gunnar, Nortia is like, so I was reading this story, right? And I was wondering how you would react to a situation in which you saw the person that you maybe were in love with kissing somebody else. What would you do, Gunnar? In that situation that I read in one of Atlas's books, actually, what would you do?
I'm gonna say for flavor, you think you're talking just to Gunnar in that moment.
No.
But there's a, as you're discussing this, Gunnar is, I'm gonna say, on your left, and Atlas comes up on your right. And there's a moment where the two of them look at each other, and both of them give a look that Nortia, you clock, and there's a nervous, no, wait, no, what, no, like as the two of them start to stare each other down.
Did you two kiss?
What? What? No. What?
I think I misread this situation. Let's continue, shall we?
I will say for that entire day, there's this weird energy of like, how did this get turned on? What did you say to her? And like, those two spend a lot of time that day actually hanging out for the first time, just trying to like figure out what's going on. That's basically it for day 4. Day 5. So nature, we got
8.
Oh boy. Nortia.
15 for survival.
Okay.
19 for luck.
A little lucky. That 5th day, it's very muddy. As you're going through, it takes time out of your trip, and y'all get towards the end of the day, and everyone's like, the energy is starting to kind of not dissipate, but the excitement to adventure is starting to turn into kind of anxious energy as y'all sense that you're getting closer. Yarrow has not been made aware of things that are known amongst the group. I will say on an 8 for nature check. You do get lost for a little bit. Nortia, your pages become a little too confusing. But at the end of the 5th day, the owl returns and sits on your horse with you and Gunnar, forms back into the figurine as you see that the trail has ended. You have an end destination. There is something unspoken with the group, Yarrow. You don't necessarily know what it is.
Can maybe try to think of who maybe I should ask. I haven't talked to Nortia in a bit, right?
Go for it.
Yeah, damn it. Oh, also with the owl lands on the thing, I finally came up with a name for it. So when she lands, she kisses it on the top of the statue, and she says, "Sweet, sweet reverie. Thank you so much."
Referee. Okay.
Cute.
Yarrow, what do you say to Nortia?
Cute.
Oh no.
If we're like either walking or at camp or like riding, I'll kind of go up next to him. Just have you noticed that things feel a little off?
Yarrow, I am known for a lot of my skills. Flying is not one of them, so maybe do not ask me.
I'm not. What are you talking about? It's just, did you notice or no?
Nordia's flipping through all the things in her head, and she goes, "Yes, I do think that maybe Gunnar and Alice kissed, but I don't know. They got a little weird about it when I asked, so that's what I know.
Is that why things are weird? Is there something there, or
No more
about
questions,
you and
Yarrow. Please, no more questions, Yarrow.
Yarrow, give me an insight check.
Absolutely. And they could definitely have advantage if they wanted, because Nortia is a terrible liar, and that is like her least good
And-
skill.
Yarrow, I'm gonna say with an 18. On that day, you don't, because Nortia is trying to hide it. But one person that's very jovial with this whole situation is Zehan.
Can I go over to say hi?
No.
Guy.
I'm gonna say yes. I do need the roll for the 6th day though.
Well,
12 for the luck.
Luck.
yeah.
21 for nature. Thank you very much.
Oh, I got a 21.
Oh my
Jeez.
God.
What is happening? Oh my! We had one conversation, and now it's like
The universe said you are relinked.
I love that for us. Woo!
This day is cloudy, but the weather feels nicest on this day. The soil hardens up. You've traveled far. Like you can't. I mean, obviously you can't see the city in the distance, but there's like elevation, and you can you've started going up the mountain, and there's a trail, and I will say with your rolls that no one falls off the edge of the cliff, and there's no real concern.
That was in the cards. That was an option.
It's in the heart of the dice. I will say, Yarrow, your conversation with Zehan, again, you don't know. Yarrow, the character, does not necessarily know what Zehan knows. But how do you approach this?
Just a matter of, you said it seems like he seems off, like noticeably, or?
Like, he's very jovial, very, it's seeing a child that has played a prank on someone and is very excited about it, but isn't telling.
Okay,
that's
that's
the-
probably just a matter of, like, going up and be like, how are you doing? You seem different than usual.
Oh, I'm just concerned about my friend is all. I miss him. He was quite the character.
Right.
Our conversations were different than the group. I don't know. Kaal's a good guy. What's your experience with him?
I don't know him very, very well, but he seems like a great guy. And is that the whole?
He
And you're just
is.
excited to get them back?
I don't know. I try to keep my
You don't know.
own goals out of things, but I guess you could say he is great. Good even. Yarrow.
Yeah, The DM and I were. It looks like they're, a little beat up, but otherwise doing okay. So that's a relief.
Oh, he turns back. He's like, oh, and how did she react to this? I am oh so curious.
The DM react to them being okay.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she seemed alright. Glad that he's not dead, so. I mean, that's as much as you can hope for. We're just hoping they're still doing okay.
Well, you would know better than most.
Unfortunately, the glass seemed to have broke, so haven't quite gotten it to work again yet. Haven't quite.
It's too bad. What was that, Arven? And he turns. I need a roll for the final day.
That is a 7.
For which one?
Survival.
Nature.
I got a 15. Not the worst, but not the best, but not the worst.
And for the luck.
Super middle of the road, in a very literal way, a 10.
Gotcha. On that 7th day, you get past the very narrow mountain pass. It's not a man-made structure. You just kind of had to maneuver and find a way around and up. And the grass and the trees have all shrunk. Not magically, but like you have got to a part in the mountain where it's changed from forest to almost winter, as snow breaks beneath the hooves. And Nortia, as you get to the end of the location, you come across a cliffside. Everyone is... There's a weird energy going with the group right now. Secrets and safety and all sorts of stuff. But y'all gather that the horses cannot make it for this part of the journey. As you find a sheltered cave, kind of tie them up. I will say you are able to leave someone to guard the horses if you want.
The little guys.
Who would you have do that?
Arwen, Perry, Atlas, Gunnar, Zehan. Fuck Zehan! No, I'm kidding. We probably need him.
He's pretty strong.
I would ask Arwen to do it. Because I don't want him to go back into the Feywild, because then my...
Gotcha.
And that would be bad. We don't want that happening. We don't. We really don't.
He's untrusting, but begrudgingly agrees. And as you approach the cliffside, it's a very narrow path up. At certain points, you have to climb a little bit, but it's mostly walkable. What would you say to Perry before you get up there?
He's just on my little shoulder. And I'm gonna give him a little lunch. I've been feeding him every day, catching little crickets and things. And I'd say, Perry, I know this is kind of your first adventure out, and I want you to know that I consider you an extension of myself, and I want you to be safe in that way. And we are going to save Kaal, whom I know you have an affinity for.
I'm very excited about it.
I am too. If at any point it gets too much, I want you to feel like you can go behind us, okay? But I also know that you can handle yourself and you have some fun things up your skin, sleeve, shed. You know what I mean. Anyway, I also wanted to know, I'm aware that you are aware of what Zehan said to Nortia.
Uh-huh.
Care to share with your mother?
Well, that might be something you should discuss with Kaal when we find him. It's not my secret to tell.
Why does everyone keep saying that? If it was a life or death secret, you would tell me.
Oh, of course.
So it isn't a life or death secret?
More life than death, I would say.
I love you so much, Perry. You rock. You are the best, and I hope you are safe while we are adventuring. Hide in
I
my
will
hair if you
say-
get scared, okay?
I will say, this is going to be a bit of a cliffhanger. Going into this next session, there's going to be a lot that happens. Today was a bit of a crazy day, so I'm going to have this final moment. But before that, I want to give Nortia, Yarrow, Dianthus just one last thing you want to say or do before I present the last scene.
My goal is on protecting everyone else, so as many hits as I could have been taking, I've been taking them.
Cool. Okay.
On the last day, knowing that Atlas fought Sue to be the one to go to protect Nortia, Nortia would ride with Atlas, and she would say, I know that you care about me, Atlas, and I appreciate that deeply. Do not risk your safety for mine. Please.
Always the noble one, Nortia.
I learned it from
You-
all of your books.
You forget, I've been betting on you for a long time.
And I would bet on you any day, Atlas.
I'm not worried. We'll be good.
I'm
We will
excited.
be good. One last question, though. What was that weird thing with Gunnar? I'm a little confused. You guys were upset. What were you upset about with each other?
Nortia, you've read all of my books.
Yes, I have. Every single one, every single page, every single word.
So you understand the implied presumption that your big friend might have.
So you didn't kiss? Or I'm still a little confused.
You're not great at lies, Nortia. It's a very redeeming
Then why-
quality.
Then why were you angry, Alice?
More discombobulated than angry.
Did I ever tell you that you were bad at lies as well? I can read you like a book. I've read all of yours.
Well, I do write a lot, so.
None of this will ever make sense to me, but I will talk to Lady Ehm about it, and maybe she'll make sense of it. So you wait for that day.
Yarrow.
I think just once again, just make sure everyone's doing all right, and then checking in on Nortia and Lady Ehm, and just wishing them the best. Just like be safe, be careful, and right before we go.
I will say these conversations are happening concurrent, right? Everyone's walking in and out. Yarrow, you have this pull on your horns as you get to the top of the mountain. As you turn around and you see a man in simple, elegant yellow garb. I say simple and elegant as in the material is spotless. His hair is dark and rich like storm clouds, and his eyes are stormy. As an air genasi sits in front of you, you are a little late. Your boy is really
Sorry.
struggling in there.
My boy.
Your boy, your friend, your.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry, we tried to get here as soon as we could. There were some delays, and I'm. Hi. I'm Yarrow.
Why did you not fly?
We can't fly.
You can't
We had
fly.
horses. No,
Then how were you there in the clouds?
I don't entirely know. It's something
Huh.
magic.
Very
I
interesting.
just kind of, I looked, and I saw things.
We'll talk after.
Okay,
Emrys, he turns and he completely vanishes as each of you step out into the clearing. And the temple is an amphitheater with stone pillars all around. It looks out and it's hundreds of feet over the water. But you can't even see that because the clouds don't even rise over this point on the mountain. However, Yarrow, as you step forward and as he says this, he turns and you see a statue in the middle. And the statue has no face, has no pure form. It's as if someone made it out of clay, but didn't finish it. I need you to roll a d4 for me.
Dog, what the fuck?
I don't know. I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. That's a 4.
That's a 4. You look at this statue as the rest of the group kind of joins, and in preparation, in worry about what's going to happen, the temple shakes as the entire cliffside revolves, and all of a sudden the sky is dark. No stars, just dark. You see Emrys, bloody and gasping in the form of the statue. Took you long enough.
What happened? What are you doing?
We literally don't have time. And it changes from Emrys to a girl with a butterfly mask crying blood. I'm glad you were able to find your way, little one.
Do I? Oh,
It changes and you see Death, unbound, but standing there. Someone has to leave with me. And then it changes one last time as Lady Ehm, Nortia, Yarrow, you all stand around this temple as that statue crumbles to dust, and you see the earth open, and beneath you, you see a dark figure with wings and covered in blood and markings of scraped armor and scorches, and magic is being cast and elementals are coming from the ground, and you, Yarrow, see just a hand. You see a hand grasp at the top of the hole as you see Dawna with her wings completely stripped. We could really use some help. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.